I know the video is long, but you need to understand is that this type of knowledge is the true, proper way to manage a Minecraft server. This type of knowledge can be compressed down into a matter of few minutes. Every single second of it is important. And this is basically a tutorial guide, a server owner's handbook, the steps you need to know in order to run a Minecraft server, the server itself, and your community, and how you should also act as a server owner for your server to really get it out there
Hello
in the long term.
everybody, in today's video we're going to be talking about how to properly run and manage a Minecraft server. Running a server is like going into a battlefield and hoping you don't get shot. Not everybody can do it, unless you know what you're getting into. This video can be very helpful for people who plan to make a server and people who already have an existing server, but don't know what to do in terms of gaining players. Alright, so my first point for today's video is be unique, focus on one thing. If you're new, don't try to make a server with countless game modes. Do it gradual, maybe a few, and if a game mode goes popular, you can introduce a different one. So what I mean by this is if you people today, they just make servers with countless minigames such as Sky Wars, Bed Wars, Survival Faction, Prison, all in one and release it to the public and expect it to get popular. It could work for a few, but in this video, I'm trying to teach you how to run and manage a server to the point where you want it to be as a person with no background. You're not a popular Twitch streamer or a popular YouTuber with an already made community. You're running a server, making a server, forming a whole community from bottom up. Servers like Hypixels did this method over the years where they introduced one type of game mode. I think it was like a map where you can like play maps with your friends as a server, like horror games, like horror maps and that stuff. That was unique. They introduced it, it got popular, then they gradually added different game modes. For beginners, my personal suggestion is focusing on one type of server, such as SMPs, which is really popular nowadays. Kit PvP servers, literally any server you want, factions, prisons, but you have to bring something unique into the table. You're not Tommy Innit, you're a popular streamer with an already made fan base. You can't make a server with the same things as other servers and hope it'll go popular. When you come from nothing, you need to really bring something unique into the table. That's how important it is. You can't be like every other servers. It's possible to be like every other server, but very unlikely if you really want to truly want to make it. All right. The second thing I want to talk about is server management and community. So when you run a server, you need to realize it takes time, even months to years to get a server to the point where you want it. It all depends on you as the server owner. But you have to work your hardest to set up the foundations to get there. The number one thing when running a server is forming a loyal community. I don't think you understand. Forming a loyal community. This could be done through Discord, having a Discord server, and making sure as essential channels. Your Discord server is the number one practical zone for resources for players, where they can interact with other players in your servers, where they can make friends and they can talk there. And maybe one day, this is a scenario, guys. Maybe one day a famous YouTuber goes into your server and you're sleeping. The YouTuber likes it, joins your Discord, but can't find how to donate. They just want to donate to your server for how good it is. Or they don't know how to verify it, and then they just leave. You didn't get introduced to the potential, the chance. That's how important it is to have the essential channels in the Discord server, okay? Also, the second thing about server management and community is you need to keep it professional behind the scenes, but friendly and social in the front. Show your community you know what you're doing and don't randomly OP people because they said so. Don't ever freely give power to people you don't trust 100%. And yes, even your own friends. If you really want to take this seriously, guys, if you know that your friends aren't capable of having op or literally being given any kind of permission, If you really want to take server owning seriously and you really want it to get out there, you need to sacrifice your own friends or anyone close to you. Surround yourself with people who are experienced, and that is your staff team. Okay? It's better to run a server alone with a few trusted staff team of high quality and many experience in running a server in the community than with a big unexperienced staff team. Okay? Most servers would want a friendly social community. You, as a server owner, are the number one example, the role model for the livelihood of the server. A toxic, negative server owner represents a bad server. My best suggestion is to ignore toxic players, even if they get you upset or mad. For every word you use can be used against you in the future, especially if you make it one day. All right. So if there's a server, if you like in your server, there's a toxic player trash talking you in chat, don't say anything. Just ban them, kick them. Don't 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 fight them in chat publicly. It'll show the other players in your community that you are really unprofessional. You're not handling it well as like you're expected to be. Just just ban them or kick them. Don't do small talk. Just give them a reason. Also, keep it professional. You can appeal at this website or the Discord but don't cause public dispute. You are the server owner. You're not supposed to be acting like basically other players in the server where they can, like people would do it and then other players wouldn't really mind it because you're the server owner, you're a staff, you're expected to be professional but also social. Okay? If you ever feel like you've done enough when making a server, you didn't. A server can always be improved and it'll never run out of things to do so. All right, now why is the community important? Put into simple terms, if you join a server and it has 0 players, your natural action is to leave. All right? Your natural action is to leave. It's a sad truth, but when it comes to running servers and wanting more concurrent players, if you don't know what that is, concurrent players is the average amount of players you have basically 24/7. This is not concurrent players is completely different than peak hours, okay? This concurrent players, when you tell somebody of like 30 concurrent players, when they join your server at any time of the day, they should see 30 plus players. So if you really want more concurrent players, you need to focus on advertising, okay? You need to already have a player base in the first place 24/7. This leads to passive growth, and you can just focus yourself on advertising and managing the server. Your community will do the rest for you. A tip for, when it comes to servers is every time a new player joins, say welcome in chat. Just introduce them, say welcome. You're showing interest to them, so they'll most likely to stay. Because the importance of joining a server with there's already players in there, that's the importance of making a loyal community, by the way. Having a loyal community leads to players always on the server 24/7, which leads to new players joining the server, seeing there's players, seeing there's some form of social community will make the player want to stay and check out, just check out the server, give it a chance. All right, now another thing that's important in when running a server is appearance and gameplay. The first thing a new player sees is the most important factor. It'll determine if the player wants to stay and explore more or just blatantly leave. Besides players leaving for low player count servers, it's very vital. Depending on your type of server, you want to introduce a player to something calm, something nice to look at. You want to make sure the player knows what they're getting into or what to do, how to start. This can be having plugins like NPCs or some display tutorial or anything. You don't want to blatantly this person joins the server and you just blast them with a bunch of information, like floating hoverboards everywhere. Like they'll get confused, okay? You want to be direct and straightforward as possible. Expect to have common sense and work from there. As for gameplay, you need to find a good host. Running a server takes money, but if you're willing, it's worth it. If you're really into it, it's worth it. Every good server Every good server, guys. It's a sad truth. Every good server, there has to be some form of initial investment with real life money. No server can make it out there with $0 worth of investment in entire server history. You have to form some form of investment to get it out there. It's the truth. You can't make a free server and maybe it'll make it. It'll make it now and then, but forever in the long term, there's always you're going to face some form of investment. As for gameplay, hosts such as Hostelic, Apex, etc., any host would do, but you have to make sure, depending on how much players you want, correlate it with the plan of the host. You want your players to play without the fear of lag. You want a lagless 24/7 experience. All right, the next thing is competition. It's good to have 1 to 2 servers for reference to gain ideas from and blend it with your own mix. However, you never want to compete with other servers. Publicly competing or causing drama with your server to other servers as a server owner is bad, really bad. It's a bad image on you in the Minecraft community, in the server itself. You're just putting a weakness point. You're opening a weakness point for your server. You need to know your worth, and it does not matter if it's a big or small server. Never ever compare your server to other servers. Their server is their server, your server is your server. You need to focus all your effort and time on your server. Don't worry about theirs, worry about yours. Because everybody started at your place at some point. All right, now to the most important thing in this video is advertising and gaining players. Besides going to Minecraft, serverless websites, which also I suggest you make your server Bedrock and Java compatible. But doesn't mean that a Java dedicated or better dedicated server won't do. It's just you just potentially open your server to 2 types of community groups, which you can your advertising campaign will be more open and more broad. But besides that, the number one most important thing is after you have your community set up, your spawn, everything looking nice and tidy, you want more players. If you're starting from nothing, absolutely 0 players, you want to form that stable community, that loyal community. The best way to form that stable, loyal community is advertising and trending social media platforms. At this moment, the number one best free way to get players, to get players introduced, like just go into your server, is TikTok. Based on my personal experience, when I started my own server, I uploaded one video. It tr- it just it went viral. 70 players in less than 2 hours after I uploaded that video. 70 players in the server at the same time. And throughout the day, it was managing between 50 to 60. All right. TikTok is a good platform to advertise. And by the time you're watching this video, any trending platform, whether it be TikTok or whatever trending platform is made when you're watching this video, a platform your friends have been telling you to, watch because it's funny or it's really, there's a lot of good things things when you use the app, there's a lot of good things from it. Basically, an app everybody uses, that's your number one bet getting your server out there. Now, when it comes to making a viral TikTok video, this is just if you do plan to do TikToks, TikTok is literally the number one best free way to get your server out there. You want to follow Minecraft trends, but relate your SMP in some way in the videos. Use popular sounds in the video. Make sure it's either funny or of high quality. Do not put 20 different texts of different colors in the screen at the same time. It'll just make you scroll away. Okay, it'll make people scroll away. And make sure you use popular tags, such as hashtag SMP, hashtag Minecraft, hashtag for you page, for FYP, all that. Find a reference video and just copy it. Just copy the tags. Even the video, just add your own twist to it. Okay. An alternative option is YouTube. Making a YouTube video and advertising it there is also another good way. Using the right title, direct and simple, good clear thumbnail, popular tags, you have a potential for a viral video. I've seen servers with 2,000 subscribers, even a few hundred subscribers, make one video, get hundred thousands of views, and the video is about their SMP server. If you search up right now, Open Public SMP, a video should pop up. If you look at that channel, just use that video as a reference, guys. The thumbnail is clean, simple. The video, clean, simple. No crazy edits or anything. Direct to the point. You get to tell the people what makes your server unique and why they should join your server over others. All right, the video has to be of decent quality with no ugly text narration and also decent audio quality. They don't want it they don't nobody wants to watch a video where the person is literally talking like this the entire time. Okay, you want decent quality in audio. All right, so you have your community now. You're averaging 15 to 30 players and now you want to launch it. Press that red button to go to the top. You have the loyal community already. You already have players playing in your server throughout the day. Now you just want to grow it. Grow it to the point where you want it to be, where you want your server to be. Now here's the sad truth. In order to appear to a larger audience, you need to introduce your server out there. You need to invest in things such as Google advertising, Facebook advertising, and no. I know it costs money, but this is not the only way to do this. This is for people who has money and has a just want a fast way to get your server out there. Google AdSense and Facebook advertising displays your server, your advertising to thousands of players, okay? Thousands of players in one day. If you don't have money, which I assume you don't, okay? I'm assume that you want to get your server out there, but you don't have any money. You're probably you know, your first job yet or anything like that. The alternative option is social media. That I know Facebook and that's what, but the best free way is possibly TikTok right now. This very moment, like I said, TikTok, Twitter, Reddit. And if you have the money, hire YouTubers. Hire Minecraft related YouTubers. Okay? Don't hire YouTubers with a lot of subs. You want to hire a YouTuber with a lot of constant concurrent views. Just sometimes there's a lot of big YouTubers out there that doesn't really average the views you'd expect it to have, okay? Remember, running a server takes time. So don't get discouraged when people say your server's dead or it's going to die, it won't make it. They don't know how to run a server, they can't tell the future. You can't tell the future. You need to focus on the present. A server truly dies when the owner gives up on it. As long as you are motivated as a server owner, the server will always have a chance. If you check out everything in this video, everything is set, your server can potentially be at the point where you want it to be, a popular Minecraft server.